What's up, Nerd Crew? Nurdie J here, and today we're going to take a look at Digivolving Leomon into SaberLeomon. Without further ado, cue the intro! A peaceful and brave champion-level bipedal lion Digimon, Leomon is dubbed King of the Beasts and Noble Hero by most other Digimon. While fighting the evil Digimon known as Devimon, Leomon was infected with black gears, then turned his nobility into wickedness, and against his will. Leomon started to work with Devimon to get rid of the Digidestined children. After being freed from the Black Gears thanks to the Digidestined and their Digimon partners, Leomon sought out a path, so once he met up with them again, he would be even more powerful in order to help the Digidestined's efforts. When attacking, Leomon will start off with his Lion Sword attack, where he'll draw out a short blade stored behind his lower back and quickly slashes at his foe multiple times. If that doesn't work, he'll use his Fist of the Beast King, where he unleashes a powerful energy punch in the shape of a lion's head, from first causing severe damage to the data at the enemy in one powerful blast. For articulation, Leomon has nothing at the head, nothing at the waist. He does have hinged arms, even though I think they're supposed to be ball jointed, but this is all you get for in and out. He does have lower arm swivel and upper arm swivel. He does have an elbow, not fully 90 degrees. And then nothing at the wrists. Legs can go forward and back, but that's it. Knees can go back. They can go forward if necessary. But that's more for his Digivolution, and he's got ankle swivels. So, with that said, he does come with an accessory, and it is a sheath that sits horizontally here. I bought this, I had to rebuy this toy, and it said it came with the accessories, well it didn't. And so, there's also a couple other issues with this toy, since I bought it third hand. Because I did own the original one, but essentially, yeah, stuff happened. Anyway, it did come with the sheath, and it did come with a blade. So, there's that. So, for Digivolution, we'll start off by rotating his arm forward, and then lifting it up. And this is kind of where we start having the issue. Right here was just shattered, this whole entire hinge. And so, it will not go all the way out, in the sense of rotation. And so it just kind of just stops ultimately. And it just shattered like this whole rod and this actual joint. And it was a nightmare to try and glue back together. So when I received it, the pieces were just rattling in here. And that's the same with this one too. Anyway, you fold up the fist and then you close it back up. And then actually you rotate it this way. So, essentially rotate the arm backwards, lower the fist, bring out the paw, rotate the paw out, bring in the hand, and close it up. So, now he's got paws. And I know you're supposed to be able to, yeah, okay, so I'm kind of worried about bringing them all the way out because it is a thuping hinge, and last couple times I did it, the toy just split right at this, right in the center usually of this joint. So, yeah. But that's just my figure. It's not an inherent issue with the toy in general. It's very solid plastic. So, you bring the knees forward, like so. Then you stretch out the belly. It's very little, but you stretch it out. Because this is where it was. This is where it is now. Then you take his back, pop it up, rotate it around on this stick, and then bring it back down to become a new panel. And then, this is very complicated, and it doesn't really work all that well. You bring the main back, you bring the chest forward, you bring out the head, and then essentially you're supposed to be able to. Alright, so you're supposed to bring these around, and you're supposed to have them connect. So essentially, it just peg here. Don't know how well this is showing up, but there's a peg there, peg hole, and bring it together. And you just do it for the rest of the main. So it is a little complicated because there's stiffness, and then there's just, it's really not flimsy in the sense of brittle, but like flimsy as in just bendable plastic. So, alright, so then you rotate the entire thing, unpeg this bottom, as the neck needs, this neck hinge needs to go all the way through it. And then you peg this massive peg in the back of the head. So I don't know how well that's coming up, but there's a peg here, a peg hole here, that this peg here will go into. So it's a bit dicey, honestly. Bringing the chest up, that will help a little, not much, but it will help. Because also the way the new head is being extended is because it's not sitting flush anymore. So essentially, you bring this up, and then you just kind of just fiddle with it as best as you can, and get the head as put in as possible, and there's the rub. Essentially, it doesn't really want to cooperate all that much, and when you finally do get it cooperated, it just gets undone, and then you just have to fiddle with these pegs, and everything here is like flexible plastic. So essentially, essentially it's not the best, so you have to kind of do this pressure wiggle thing to get it locked in. So yeah, so this might take a bit, and if it does, I might just have to edit it. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but essentially I'll just go for the motif right now of it being connected. Yeah, see, I wiggled, pressured in this part, and it just came undone because I decided to move a part. So that's a pain. And then bring the head up. It's just going to be loosely connected because it will still be supported by this bottom one if it holds together. So there we go. And then reconnect this. At least make it look like it's reconnected. And then the head just popped off for some reason. Alright, so this is not the most elegant of kitties. So I like to rear back the feet a little, bring down the paws so they're kind of just flat, and then you spread out these tassel things, because that's what SaberLeomon has. Problem is, they're supposed to like stick out, the line kind of just droop, and here is apparently SaberLeomon. So for articulation, he does have the elbow bend. Now it's backwards. He still has the forward bend. Nothing at the feet. I would not test it on mine. So, but the feet could be pointed down and stuff. So, nothing at the head yet again. Nothing at the waist. Hind legs can move, and the knees there can move. Still got the retains the ankle swivel, and his tail also move, which I forgot to say that Leomon's tail could also move. So, that is SaberLeomon. Bypassing his ultimate level, the next time we see Leomon is his mega level form of SaberLeomon. Remaining an ally to the Digidestined for the remainder of the series, this ancient beast Digimon displays his power by unleashing a volley of needle hair from his mane, called Howling Crusher, sinking his two fangs into the enemies called Twin Fang. Though not much is seen of SaberLeomon, the 8 Digidestined children and their Digimon partners are all glad that he's on their side. In Digimon Season 3, another prominent Leomon was a partner to a child named Jiri. And she was traumatized for what happened to Leomon thanks to Beelzemon. So I hope you like this brief rundown of the Leomon and SaberLeomon. I hope you kind of like this idea of what Leomon turned into. And the thing is that honestly, even though he's very inaccurate to the show, I still think it's a fun toy. And if the seller only told me that this was from fractured to just shattered, I might not pick this one up. And also, if it actually did come with its accessories, so essentially, mile may vary thanks to sellers not getting the full info or not understanding how to transform the toys or whatever, not thoroughly looking at the plastic. And so, I kind of bit the dust on this one a bit. Luckily, I was able to repair it, even though it's not the most prettiest. It's very, faded up here because of all the glue that I had to put together. But, essentially, it's a very stable toy nonetheless. As Leomon, he does have a little bit of wobble factor, mainly because he doesn't really have heel spurs. And so, it does make posability a little limited, also with the lack of joints. But, as SaberLeomon, he is pretty stable at least. So, with that said, I've been Nurdie J. This has been Leomon that turns into SaberLeomon, and I'll catch you next time.